Hello, hello, beautiful souls. How are you doing? I hope all is well with you. Beautiful souls. As you can see by the title of the video, these people were never your friend. They were trauma bonding with you, okay? Chosen ones, you unfortunately have the light to draw in good and bad energy, okay? And because you've gone through a lot, especially through your childhood, and I have not forgotten the childhood videos, I will be returning to those very soon, okay? Because of your traumatic childhood, no matter who raised you or who came against you, someone in your family has came against you, and it started a long years of trauma. If it wasn't family, it was friends betraying you. Either way, a lot of people tried to connect with you and get close to you through trauma bonding. Now, trauma bonding is not a real bond, okay? Trauma bonding is when this person got dumped by a person maybe, and then it's like you two find each other and you talk. The main like source of communication is talking about the problem, talking about how you got hurt. But outside of the hurt and the pain, there's nothing else that you relate to. As a chosen one, you will find yourself around trauma bonds a lot if you're not careful, because it's like it's a breath of fresh air when someone can actually relate to your pain, but it is a downfall if that is all you guys have to talk about, because the goal is to not just talk about the trauma, the goal is also the solution. That's why here on my channel I always talk about it, and then I talk about what you should do moving forward. With trauma bonding, it's not really about moving forward, it's just stuck in the trauma. So what tends to happen is one person, or maybe both people, but normally it's one person decides to heal. Maybe they get in a better relationship. Maybe they find a actual partner or marriage. They have children. They might find an actual genuine best friend. What tends to happen to that trauma bond that began and was just running off of trauma? What tends to happen is that person who's left behind, who didn't get that best friend, didn't get that new relationship, they're going to feel abandoned by you. And what will tend to happen after that is jealousy and envy, because they only saw you on a trauma level. They never looked at you as like they wanted you to heal or get better. No, it's like you guys are supposed to be in the trenches and the mud and the dirt and the mirror and the muck together. So, how dare you go off and start to heal or become better? And more than likely, you, chosen one, are going to be the one to get out of the muck, the mire, and the dirt. You're going to be the one to find better. As chosen ones, we find each other online, we connect, and these things like that. And I'm thankful for you all. But the goal is not to just trauma bond like constantly, is to come together, say, you know what, I'm not crazy, I'm not all these things. Like, this is a safe space, but this is also a space where I want all of us to heal together. Okay. Unfortunately, no matter how much you heal, you're going to have people that's going to hate on you, that's going to want to be your enemy, and these things like that. But the more you level up, especially spiritually, all of it is literally just like a laughing matter, because it's like, baby, I haven't been through too much to let a little thing like you stop the show. Like they say, one little monkey is not going to stop the show. But this is not a place where it's just like dump trauma, 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 dump, and then that's it. If that's all a person wants to do in your life is trauma dump and bond with you, they will grow to envy you and be jealous of you once the healing starts to kick in. And the crazy part about a trauma bond is that that should be the goal for both of you all to heal together. But some people enjoy being stuck. They don't want to be saved. They don't want that life jacket. Like, they feel better drowning because that's what they're used to. If their whole life was filled with victim mode and drowning, why would they want to heal and become better? They don't. So then they're going to look at you as like the enemy, or like, oh, so you think you're better now? Like, so you're healing and I'm still stuck in the same place that we met. And so, like, what? Are you better? And it's like, no, you should be happy for me. But take it from a person who went through a lot of hurt and a lot of betrayal. And I had so many people by my side when I was hurt and betrayed. And they probably was low key happy that I was hurt and betrayed. because there's such a drastic difference. Okay. Now that I am happily married, I am just loving my children and gaining weight and going to the gym and just loving my life more, finding my voice more here on YouTube, being consistent. Um, you would think that those same friends would be somewhere with flowers, cheering me on, like, "Yay, Amber, I'm so proud of you," and it's like, no, you guys are more of my friends than any of the friends that I've had, because a lot of them will even act like you don't even exist anymore, because they're like, again, who does she think she is? Now her life is improving. That's how it is with you, chosen one. That those friends that you thought you had, when you start to do better, which you will, you're going to turn off a lot of people that were only in it to see your tears match theirs. A lot of people like to do matching energy, and a lot of times it's for the bad. They're not really there to match energy for you for good energy. No, they want to match bad energy. That is the whole point of a trauma bond. So if you're wondering why you lost so many friends or you lost so many people around you, one, they were never your friend. They only wanted something familiar. Because when you're going down the drain and you're depressed, you feel like a loser in a sense sometimes. And I'm not trying to be mean, it's just the honest to God truth. When you're battling with depression or loss, grieving, you feel like life is a losing battle. You feel like a loser in a sense, and it feels lonely. So then when you find someone else out here that is literally going through the same thing or worse, it's like, okay, let me cling to this person. Like, we have this in common and I don't feel alone or too much like a loser, because they're like a loser like me too. And it's really sad because I never thought that about people. But once I started to heal and truly love myself, that's when I started to see, wow, these people never really cared about me. They were just here for my trauma, my drama, my tears, like hanging out, and all we do is talk about the people that hurt us, and that was it. They were not here to celebrate the good moments. You know, I'm here to, like I said, not just recognize the trauma that we've gone through, but I also want you all to truly give everything to God, love yourself, and heal. And that's why I said I want to mix up my videos too, because I don't want this to just be a trauma dumping space. I want you to be able to recognize the trauma, but as well uplift. Because if you stay stuck, there is no growth in just staying down, constantly reminding yourself how so many people have let you down. It is like consistent drowning, and it is constant negativity. But most people in the world, they thrive off of it. That is why gossip channels like TMZ, Entertainment Tonight, all this stuff like that, those things thrive way more than positive news, because people love to hear about the downfalls of others so that it doesn't make them feel so bad about their own misery. That's why I stopped watching stuff like that. Every now and then I'll see a little something, but okay, let me be curious. But then once I start to hear people talk, once that channel starts to talk down and attack that particular person, then that's when I'm out, because I'm not interested in that type of entertainment. And I actually will pray for that person. Like, when I tell people I'm going to pray for them, I actually do. I want to see your life improve, because I actually do love you. I'm not here to be a secret enemy or someone still cheering for bad things. And that's why you got to know a trauma bond is also probably a person that's a monitoring spirit. Okay. Because as soon as they hear news, otherwise, that you're not bonding with them over that same miserable trauma, they're going to turn on you. And again, this is why you're not going to have a lot of friends. I mean, there's so many reasons why, and I'm probably going to do videos on this. You're going to hear it a lot, because as much as we enjoy being loners, who doesn't want to have a close friend that they could share ideas with or hang out with or truly enjoy being around? Once you go through enough BS, then no, it's a turnoff. You're like, I'm not even interested anymore. But that's after so much trauma of trying, and then the same thing happens. Jealousy, envy, competition, the whole nine. Then you just get to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm over it. But even I can admit, someone who loves the loner life, I love my own company a lot. Even, but I would even be lying if I didn't say, if I knew without a shadow of a doubt that that person was extremely loyal and genuine, I would be their friend in a heartbeat. Seriously. Because as much as, like I said, I love my own company, I love my husband's company and my children's company, it is still good to connect with others. It's like billions of people on the planet. I mean, hello. We are one. We are supposed to love one another and connect, but the world is just so filled with selfishness and inconsideration and sin, selfish desires, things of that sort. People don't care how their actions will affect others. So you would rather just be alone. But yeah, that's what it is for the most part. That is why the friendship did not last, and it was over just as soon as it begun. Because God is not going to keep you down the drain as a chosen one. Your trauma stories are like testimonies, okay? And you're going to rise from all of the disgusting and terrible things that's happened to you. But it was never just your destiny and your purpose to stay down low. So, not sorry to the people who thought that our life was just going to be, again, misery.com. We have bad moments, but we're not going to be miserable. Okay. So, chosen one, your vibe is your tribe. One day you will meet that highly vibrational, beautiful soul that will not hurt you, will not harm you. I do believe that there is a chance for everything. But right now, in this particular season that you could be in, as well as myself, God is saying, not yet. And it could be maybe never. And regardless, you're going to be okay. But I do like to have positive hope around things, just like I did when it came to relationships and marriage, because despite how many evil people are out here, there's still a slim amount of trustworthy and loving people out here. Okay. All hope is not lost, but unfortunately, most is. Keep your head held high, though, baby. God got you. And let God expose however many fakes and snakes. You would rather that than to be stabbed in the back. Because that's the whole point of these fake friends. They want an opportunity to stab you in the back. God forbid. And I say God forbid because it's like, if you want to join the bad place, I'm just gonna say that if you want to join the bad place of where our enemies end up, then go right ahead. Join the party. But most of them, they are just gonna miss that bond. But that can again evolve into envy, jealousy, and hatred, which can lead them to want to do other harmful things to you. So don't take it personal, just remove yourself. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, beautiful souls. Okay. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for rocking with me. And thank you for being my internet, online, spiritually, and even physical family and friends. You guys really mean the world to me, and I love talking with you all in the comments. And remember, one day, let me go ahead and get this up for you all. I love you all so much, but remember, God loves your beautiful soul so much more. I'll see you tomorrow.